independence, the management of the city has always been in the hands of the People's National Congress. Consecutive PNC mayors have failed in their attempt to manage the city, from garbage collection to drainage and even the collection of taxes. Despite continuous aid from central government, City Hall has allowed certain parts of the city to become overrun with garbage. Integral drains have become heavily silted, contributing to flooding in the capital city. The cleanup of Georgetown was led by President Dr. Mohamed Irfan Ali. Close to 1,000 persons from the joint services, the private sector, and combined agencies are collaborating as a part of Operation Cleanup. President Ali was accompanied by Prime Minister Brigadier Retired Mark Phillips, other ministers of government, and members of the diplomatic corps.
I want us to say this: the multi-stakeholder approach with the private sector, the Chief of Staff, the Commissioner of Police, Cabinet Ministers, top corporate officials, citizens, is to send a message that the responsibility resides with all of us to make the difference, and we are starting from the city itself. What you're seeing here is just the tip of the iceberg. In our assessment, we have 25 sites like these, some of them in far worse condition, that we have to clear this weekend. We have hundreds of trucks that were volunteered, heavy equipment, and this is not just going to be a one-off exercise. The aim of this is to bring awareness. That is the first thing. The second thing is to do the massive haul in starting the cleaning up of our country. Thirdly, we are going to put police presence at these sites where people continuously dump their garbage. And who do this are worse than the garbage itself, because they have no regard for the environment. They have no regard for you, for each one of us who lives in this country, because it becomes a public health issue. And it's time we start calling people out.
I'm here with Terry Singh, the CEO of JAP Arts. Now, could you tell me how you got involved in this initiative?
So, pleasant good morning, first of all. Thank you for having me. I think there's a good initiative by the private sector and the government of the country to come together to help clean up the city. It's a good event. They got a lot of people participating this morning. I got a call from the private sector asking if we're willing to participate, and without a doubt, I'm willing. We have a lot of business around the country, a lot of people working for us, and it's our corporate social response to help the government at least clean up the city. Yeah.
How important do you think are activities like this, given Guyana's upward trajectory, oil and gas, and all the initiatives that's being pushed right now to develop the country?
Well, our culture needs to change. Our normal culture that we had, the place was always filthy, but now we have a lot of things happening to the country. We got to be going through a transformational period where there are a lot of infrastructure work has been carried out by the government of the country, trying to improve the roads, the bridges, the canals, the way of life, raise the standard.
I'm here at East Penitence Market talking with Pauline Marks, a stall holder. Now, Pauline, how long have you been vending at this market?
More than 20 years.
Okay. So there's currently a cleanup effort going on just outside the compound of the market. Share your thoughts on that.
Yes, I'm glad that they do something, because it hampered a lot of people from coming in, because a lot of people don't want to truck through there. And it was so bad because the children got to go to school and they're trucking through the same slush, and it look bad because even there by see once, everybody just come and jump. It's not market garbage, this is household garbage used to dump out there. And it's been going on for a long time. It's slow business up in the market all because people stop coming in. People are hardly coming because of the same dump. People say they're not coming through there. you know.
So they're putting a fence there to probably stop persons from accessing the empty lot to dump. You think that's a good initiative?
That is a good idea, but still they need to have some security there for a part time because people are going to still dump beyond that. They're presumptuous like that because they would pass and they would come in the market with the garbage too and throw it.
I'm here with another vendor at the Le Penitence Market, Miss Hanif. Now, Miss Hanif, how long have you been vending here?
I did in this market approximately about 4 to 5 years as a small girl, but my mother died and I took over her business.
Now, there's currently a cleanup effort happening just outside the compound of the market. Being that you've been here for so long, tell us a bit about the garbage situation and how it gets that bad out there.
Well, I really can't say how it gets so bad, but after like a couple of years, we started people bringing rubbish and dumping it there.
So they cleaned up this morning, moved away all the garbage, and they're putting a fence there. Do you think the fence is going to stop persons or at least get them to ease up the dumping outside of the market?
Yeah, I think if they put a fence, they might get to ease, or most if they could put a camera that they could see when people dumping this rubbish.
Okay. And what do you think about the cleanup efforts in general happening around the city?
I feel great about it.
Do you think this will help with the flooding and that kind of thing in areas like these?
Yeah. Enough time this culvert mouth here, so there's cause flooding in these areas, right? My husband is going to dig it out. That thing is going there. As people throw things in the trench, it ends up going to the culvert mouth and block it, and he just go clean it up. Because as soon as rain fall, we just get flooded with yard.
I'm here at East Penitence Market where the PSC and Joint Services cleanup has begun. Right now I caught up with Minister of Public Affairs, the Honorable Kwame McCoy. Now Minister, you're out here with Joint Services starting the cleanup effort. How important do you think are activities like these given Guyana's current upward trajectory?
Well, I think this is important because the capital city, Georgetown, is part and should be part of our national pride, and we should always seek to have Georgetown being kept in its most pristine form and shape. Over the years, that has deteriorated. In fact, I saw yesterday the mayor of the city, Mr. Ubraj, criticizing this effort, and his comments represents the epitome of stupidity. The mayor should be complimentary in any effort that seeks to assist in cleaning up the city and its environs, because that's primarily the job of the mayor and city council, and we know they have been often negligent in being able to fulfill that part of their responsibility. So the mayor tries to criticize an effort merely because you have groups of people trying to clean up the city because we recognize that it is deteriorated so badly, and that the need for us to be able to demonstrate to the rest of the world that we have a concern and we care about the city, he seeks to criticize. And in fact, he should have been out here this morning leading this effort in collaboration with the other people. So this is very important for us, Cordell. And you know, as we grow as a society, we more and more recognize that in parts of the world where societies have the best and most attraction, a lot of it has to do with the city, its city of itself. And so this morning I want to encourage like-minded citizens, organizations to make sure that they come on board to support this effort between the private sector and the joint services, and of course supported by the Government of Guyana. This will be a continuous exercise in which several spots and areas in the city in which have become dumping grounds, that we will seek to have those garbage removed and to be able to sustain them in the way and shape it ought to be.
it's very good. It's very good that the soldiers, they're doing a good job. You understand me? But I hope that when the soldiers finish cleaning up here, the people around here will keep it clean because there's all kind of dirty things that throwing out here, especially at nights. If you see through the Bengal going out to work, sooner or later you can't even pass there because they're just throwing a whole set of rubbish there, all kind of dead animals, all other things happening in this place here. You understand me? So I hope that when the soldiers finish, that all people around here would keep it clean.
How do you think this would benefit the nation in terms of keeping the environment safe?
Well, you got to blame the city council for a lot of things because the city council is the people who are supposed to be keeping this clean. Everybody paying tax. You understand me? And you're not getting the work done for the amount of taxes that you're paying for the city council.
Do you think people should come out to join the police force?
That's what I'm saying. They should come out. It is all of us benefits. They should come out, you know. But some of them are stay in the house and they're going to peep into the window like cat. You know the song, you're peeping, they're watching that man. That's how they behave in this place.
I'm here talking with Mark Brown, a resident of Sussex Street. Now, Mark, the cleanup effort in the city has started. Just outside of your bridge here, some cleanup is going on. Share your thoughts with us.
Oh, well, I think this is a very wonderful initiative. Well, what you would notice, right, on Sussex Street, we the residents here, we don't dump. What you find is people from different areas would come with different types of vehicles, the horse carts, and throw things here, right? But this here with the minister along with the joint services is very good. Very, very.
So, in the years that you've lived here, do you see a lot of city council workers coming to do cleanups and things like that in the area?
Actually, from time to time, they would come and, clean the trench and stuff like that. Not very often, though.
Do you think trench cleaning and the removal of garbage would help with flooding in areas like these?
Well, definitely, I would say that.
This particular Sussex Street is like a dump site, like how you got the dump site. Anybody got rubbish to throw, I want to move. I used to drive Drakecat for 16 years. Now I drive Canter. If I got rubbish to throw anywhere and I ain't see nobody, before I got the dump site, I push up in Sussex Street. So this is the thing happening for years for Sussex Street.
I caught up with the Minister of Public Service, the Honourable Sonia Prague. Minister, you're out here cleaning today. Now, this effort was started by the Public Service, Private Sector Commission, I should say, and the Joint Services. But government has jumped on board. The city, over time, has been lacking in terms of cleaning and things like that. How important do you think are initiatives like these?
Well, it's quite important. It's necessary because we obviously have to keep our city clean, our country clean. The Mayor and City Council hasn't been doing much in terms of maintaining or sustaining cleanliness within the city, and therefore the government, along with the private sector and the joint services, has collaborated in this initiative to have the town and the city be cleaned up. It's a great initiative. It definitely shows our commitment and dedication to the country and to the development of the country. I mean, when we pass through the streets of the city, we don't want to see garbage, do we? And we've had so much complaints from residents and persons who are around the city in terms of the garbage that is left dumped on the roadside, and it's really an unsightly scene. And therefore we have taken the initiative to do this, and I think it's necessary at this point in time.
Still here on Sussex Street, and I caught up with Minister within the Ministry of Housing and Water, the Honourable Susan Rodrigues, who is out here getting sweaty, getting dirty, helping to clean up the city. Now, Minister, our city has been plagued with garbage issues, drainage issues over the years. Before I get into what you're actually doing out here today, this effort has been condemned a bit by City Hall, who's charged with management of the city. What are your thoughts on this activity?
Well, it's very unfortunate because this is beyond who is responsible and so on now. Our president and our government has said that this is something that we want to do. If the city needs to be clean, we're going to clean it. If the mayor and city council and whoever is responsible is not doing their job, we're going to get the job done. And that's been our motto, that's been our mission since we got into office. And nothing is above or below our pay grade or we're not responsible for that. It doesn't matter. This is an initiative that we want to get involved in, and it's important for the ministers and His Excellencies out here as well on another site, supporting our joint services and the private sector and getting the city clean. This is about ensuring that we restore our city and that people can feel comfortable in their neighborhoods, knowing that they have a government that cares and that is willing to get their hands dirty and get the job done.
So you're out here today on Sussex Street with Minister Prague. Tell us a bit about the scope of work that's happening out here.
Well, we started from the head of Princess Street and Cemetery Road. We're going to go all the way down to Saffron Street. And we have some officers here from the GDF. We have weeders, we have the trucks, and we're just going down. And we're seeing residents joining us, some condemning us, and that's all right. I mean, we expect that. But the sad part of that is that people are making derogatory remarks at the joint services, and that's not your job. And well, I could say it's not my job either, but that's not the attitude that we want to adopt. This is about ensuring our city's clean and about us being out here to support our joint services and to support the initiative in getting our city clean.
I think it's a good initiative. Well, it's not something new to me because CDC normally helps in doing such venture, right? We normally help clean up and keep the community clean, but it's just extended. It's a good initiative that the president has embarked on, and we're so delighted to come out and help.
So I'm here at Lambert and Princess Street with the Chief Operations Officer GT&T and the President of the Women's Chamber of Commerce. Now, they are working here with a team from the Private Sector Commission on this initiative put forward by the PSC and supported by the Joint Services and the Government of Guyana. Now, let's go to you first. You're out here today working. Give us an idea of the scope of work and the members on your team here today.
Well, good morning to you, and thanks for shedding light on this initiative. Starting with the team is a wide cross-section of private sector personalities, right? So we have people who are running their own organizations, and then there are people like myself who are members of organizations who are also members of the PSC. And so the work is just, it's hard to describe the work. It's just a ton of work, it's a lot of mess to clean up. And so we got here around 7 o'clock this morning, and we're still working. We just took a break because of the dump truck had to go and offload. But as you can see from behind here, it's a lot of trash. People have been throwing trash here for years, and so it's a mixture of just getting down and dirty and picking up pieces of wood and tires and muck and plastic, to loading it on the truck, and of course taking care of ourselves with the traffic. So there's a lot of work happening here this morning.
Now, as the president of the Women's Chamber of Commerce, Guyana has been opened up to a whole new scope of business opportunity for males and females, oil and gas and outside of oil and gas. How important do you think it is to have a city with good aesthetics, clean environment? Do you think that helps to bring business and business opportunities to the country?
Definitely. The idea of the aesthetics, as you mentioned, and an environment that is clean, it'll add to the investor confidence, just to say that you're not coming into a country that doesn't care about their surroundings. There's also the point of trying to engage it as a national interest, so which is why the government, along with the PSC, the support is needed. Hopefully it sparks that so that the citizens as well, because this site, I would assume it's termed an illegal dump site, so to speak. So the idea of cleaning it up, and at least as persons pass and they see it happening, they're able to probably shy away from doing it in the future, and we'll definitely need more initiatives like this and something to sustain it. So, yeah.
So do you think, you spoke about more initiatives and sustainability. The city hall has been trying to maintain the city in terms of garbage collection, drainage and things like that. They're not on board, you could say, with this effort. Do you think they should be more receptive to this sort of help being given?
Yes, definitely. I definitely believe, and it's something I think came up this morning as a couple of us were just waiting around to leave. Where's MNCC? So we're not sure what that problem is. However, we do notice that they're missing. So I think they need to be a little bit more in tune with what's happening, a little bit more receptive to private sector help as well, as it relates to these things, because it's needed.
I am talking on behalf of Government and Sussex Street. That I'm glad that is something nice here I do. I feel it's something nice here I do for the community and so on. And I continue to feel that it could continue staying like this all the time. I could come back and do it again, right? I'm sure, right? And I feel. Oh, it benefits a great lot, because I get 2 children and there's 1 walk on the pave and I can't allow them for a while because of the scent and so on. So I feel it's something nice. Yeah, I did. To all the people that was passing in the south bus, please don't throw no garbage out here because we're living out here now. Thank you.
We're here at Smythe and Durban Street where I met up with the Minister of Local Government and Regional Development, the Honorable Nigel Darmlao, and I will be speaking to him about the cleanup campaign here this morning. Minister Darmlao, can you tell me a little bit about this campaign and what do you think about the private sector coming on board with this project?
Well, this is a massive exercise that is actually led by His Excellency the President. This exercise is a brainchild of His Excellency when he met with members of the private sector as well as committing the Guyana Defence Force as well as the Guyana Police Force and members of the Cabinet. Today we are across different parts of Georgetown. We are currently at Durban and Smythe Streets. We are cleaning up this location. What we have here is a combination of volunteers from different parts of Georgetown and especially from this community. We have the Army, the police, we have myself and Minister Colin Crowell as well, and members of the private sector. We have already moved 1 truckload of garbage. We have probably about 4 more truckloads of garbage to move. After we finish this removing the garbage, we are going to dredge the roadside drains. We are going to do some landscaping and then we are going to replace a fence so to avoid more garbage being dumped in the area. This exercise is quite significant. It is unfortunate that as Minister of Local Government and Regional Development, I noticed the Mayor promoting citizens not to come on board and support this exercise. That is quite strange. This is the city of Georgetown and I believe that it is imperative for all of us to come on board. We have over the next 2 days, today, tomorrow, we are going to be working in all the wards, all 15 wards, and we expect residents, after this exercise is finished, for them to continue with the sustainable management of solid waste within their communities.
The plot of land on the Lamaha corridor that stretches between Main Street and Camp Street will be developed into a safe space where Guyanese can enjoy family time. The safe space will see the establishment of an art gallery and a food court. Minister of Public Works Bishop Juan Edgel, who was also on site with President Ali, said government is keen on promoting health and wellness as much as the other major transformational projects.
What is taking place here is that we are making this a green space, a recreational area where there will be a walkway with benches, with lights, with parking on both sides so that the public could come out here and recreate. They will have decorative lights, trees, and the work has already begun. We want to take it to a high level by tomorrow night. So you would have seen we have cleared up here just like we did on Jury Lane. all the things that were on here, and we're now moving the old equipment so they'll be able to get the civil works done. On the other side, where you saw the workshop and the force account unit, that old shed is going to be converted into a One Guyana food court and art gallery. A One Guyana food court and art gallery, where people will be able to come and have breakfast, people will be able to come and have lunch, buy fine art, people will be able to leave the hotels and come there. So there's massive development in terms of the beautification, improving the aesthetics, and creating space for the public to come and interact, socialize. When we talk about One Guyana, it must not only be a slogan, but it must be a place where people can interact, engage. It's a non-alcoholic zone. So it's not going to be a drink spot where people can come and put down the big boom and sell beers and liquor and have big fetes. This is family-oriented development.
I'm here with Commander Burnett, the project coordinator for this cleanup effort. Now, Commander, tell us a bit about the scope of work being taken at the different locations, the time period, and things like that.
Well, as you know, this project started a few weeks ago. We were in the planning phase. And then on Thursday, we entered into the first phase of the execution phase. I say that because we had an advanced team, mainly headed by the Guyana Defense Force, both by equipment and personnel, to do the Jury Lane area between Sheriff Street all the way to the Avenue. Yes. So over the 2 days period, we took away in excess of 90 huge truckloads of garbage. We were supported by the Mayor and City Council with an excavator and members of the private sector with 2 additional trucks. So that was 2 full days of work, and then we came to today. Today we spanned to about 20 different locations today across Georgetown, and we have moved I think in excess of 100 truckload of garbage so far. We have done wheeling of the parapet, we've done picking up of garbage around the city, we have clean drains. We have been doing a lot across the entire Georgetown.